When you get to that scary point in your life, when you experience the feeling of loneliness, you don't know, but the truth is that loneliness can make you or it can break you if you don't pay close attention to it. So, where should I start? Should I start talking about how that feeling of loneliness broke me or made me to the person that I have become? Let's start with how loneliness can break you because a lot of people have gone through this experience and can relate, even though it might be different. So, loneliness is a feeling when you feel that you have nothing in common with all the people around you, and that you feel like it's just you against the world, and you feel like you got to do everything yourself, and you got no support, and you have no friends, and you just shut down from reaching out. And that's what happened to me. In school, there was this point where I felt lonely. Before that, I had friends and I got along with them, but when I moved, everyone knew everybody. You had to start all over. And yes, people would tell me to go hang out with them, but I was stuck in trying to move back to where I was and be friends with the friends that I had over there and call them on the phone. But I never got to that point of letting them go. And then I would just say no to the people that wanted to hang out with me. I think a lot of us tend to shut ourselves down or out of people. And especially later on when I was in seventh grade, I made friends, but then people liked to gossip. And little did I know that my friends were talking about me and making these rumors about me. And when I found out, I was like, oh my gosh, so who are my friends? And I started mistrusting people. I bet there are people that have backstabbed you. You build these walls and you feel like, oh my gosh, I will never trust again and I will not get hurt and I will not let those people come back into my life. And then you start having these thoughts that whoever comes into your life is going to do the same thing that other people did to you before. And that is a mistake. When you let that happen, you are breaking yourself down from the inside. You are just repeating the same thing over and over again that people are going to hurt you. If you were able to just open yourself up to people and new experiences and say yes to more people and hang out with them, I think it would have gone differently. It would have gone differently for me if I would have hung out with those girls later on. But all these beliefs of thinking that there were no good friends and that I might get hurt again led me to, think that I would never find those people that I have things in common with. And then once you are in that situation of being alone or being by yourself, it kind of puts you down. Sometimes you will tell yourself, I like being alone. But I think none of us like to be alone. That is just a thing we tell ourselves. Yes, we like to probably be alone for like a day or two, just hanging out in our house. You need to take a breather after you were out there mingling with people, hanging out, but none of us like to be alone. And alone that I'm saying is you're not on the phone talking to anybody, because technically if you're on the phone you're not alone. You have company with you through the medium of the phone. You will say that you like to be alone because it's comfortable, right? You don't have to deal with those people out there. You don't have to deal with people triggering you everywhere you go. You don't have to deal with people making you mad or people hurting your feelings. It's just you in your house. It's just you in the library. It's just you driving your car. The only person at that point that could probably trigger something inside of you would be yourself. And on that note, your mind starts to race and you're having negative thoughts and you don't have anybody or you don't know what to do and you don't want to reach out to anybody because you feel like you can't trust anybody and you're literally on your own. You're trying to figure everything out on your own. And it's so confusing at that point because the feelings that you had about your self worth and how you don't fit in and how things are getting worse and how you don't belong here on this planet because people misunderstand you. That is not true because that is all in your head and you're making up this story, but you don't really know how people really see you. You don't really know that part of yourself yet. You are just making an assumption of people's situation. But sometimes people look at you and they probably want to talk to you, but your mood or attitude makes them kind of iffy because you look like you're mad or you look like you're sad, and people don't know how to react to that. No one will know or even understand what you're going through. The only person that will understand is yourself, and you're the only one that can get yourself out of it. Don't let that loneliness break you little by little. You gotta get up and get out of it. You gotta ask for help and do the best that you can, little by little, to get out of that point in your life. Is it going to be easy? I don't think so. But if you have more support, it would probably make it a little more bearable. And I know people will say, you don't understand what I'm going through. I don't have a support system. It's okay. You can find one. There's always somewhere you can look if you really try. And now that we went down that rabbit hole of how loneliness can break you, loneliness can also make you and shape you into the person that you're going to become. Loneliness can even be a mindset that you are not fit to be here, or you're not fit to have friends or close knit group of people that have the same commonalities as you. But that's not true, you do. And if you keep thinking that way, loneliness can lead you to a very scary place and can make you guarded and can make you scared of people and can make you be secluded and can make you feel uncertain of what's going to come next, or you're always going to be hesitant about talking to other people because you don't know what they or how they will judge you and react to you. And that's not a fun way to live. It'll make you not feel joy or happy in any encounter that you come across. But you can also become this person of learning from the feeling of loneliness and knowing that sometimes loneliness is okay. Sometimes we need to be alone for a little while to recharge, to think about where we want to go, where we are, what we want from life. We don't give ourselves that opportunity because we're always on social media trying to see what other people are doing, how we're comparing ourselves to them, and we're going on this scrolling down feed phase movement, whatever, trying to see how people are messing up or if people are succeeding or if people have more money than us. We don't give ourselves that break to turn off everything, your phone, your computer, and be with yourself and really look within yourself and see, what do I want and what do I need and how are people treating me? And once you're alone and you realize that you're not being treated right, that you need to meet more people, you need to meet people with your same ideas, your same beliefs, and people that are going to help you reach your goals and support you and not gossip about you behind your back. Then it's time to get out there and look for those people. And when I moved here to Sacramento, I was able to figure out who I am little by little. Obviously I don't know yet because I'm still on that phase of finding myself and really learning, what are my beliefs? What do I want? When I wasn't alone and I was influenced by the family, people around me, it was so hard to think. You have all these opinions, you have all these voices going in your head, and they're loud, really, really loud. It's hard to focus on your own goals and your own thoughts. That's why when you move out of your house, you're like, I don't know what to do with myself. I'm lost. What do I do? As kids, teenagers, we never got that opportunity to think for yourself. Everything was thought out for you. Everything that you used to do and used to say was all because you were taught all of that stuff. When you move out, you have a choice. You have a choice to start all you have a choice to start all over again and recreate your life in the way that how you want it to be. And whenever you're alone in your room and you have no one to talk to and you have so much things in your head, get a journal, write it down. Ask yourself these questions. What's going on right now? How do I feel? How can I fix it? How is being alone right now serving me? And how can I be productive right now? What is something that could help me put the feeling aside for a bit and help me relax? Sometimes being alone can be a peaceful thing. Go take a walk, go get a cup of coffee. I remember I was always afraid to go somewhere by myself because I was like, oh my gosh, who knows who's out there? There could probably be scary people out there. What if something happens to me? But then later on, I was like, whatever, I'm gonna go do stuff on my own and go get coffee by myself, go eat somewhere by myself. I went to a play by myself, which was very interesting, but it's a new experience. And it's okay to create new experiences when you're alone, when you're by yourself. Those are experiences that will help you grow, will help you see, oh wow, wouldn't it be fun to share this experience next time with somebody? It would be twice as fun than just with me. But you have to enjoy just being alone sometimes. And once you realize that being with yourself is okay, and knowing that one day when you're ready and you feel good, you'll find those people that will be in sync with your beliefs, your ideas, and will help you grow. It will be fun and you will meet those people whenever the perfect time presents itself. Some people say, I feel lonely and I feel like no one's paying attention to me because you yourself are creating that reality for yourself. You're telling yourself you feel lonely, you are lonely, you're never going to make any friends because you feel that way. You will not meet people when you feel that way. You repel people that are trying to be your friends unconsciously, unknowingly, but you don't realize it. It's like me when I was feeling lonely and I said, oh, I'm gonna be alone, I'm not gonna make any new friends. I was the one that created that. I ended up being alone that year and I didn't make any friends because I was coming with that mentality instead of being like, I'm gonna meet new people, it's a new town, it's a new city. But no, I was more depressed, I was negative, and I should have been more outgoing, but that's something that I can't take back, but I can learn from it. So when you have that feeling of loneliness, don't let it break you down. Let it shape you and make you into a better person and be open to meeting new people. Don't repel people by feeling negative and lonely. Be accepting and willing to meet others and always hope for the best and that things are going to get better and that when you're alone, you are taking the time to learn who you really are and learning how to express yourself and learning how you feel and learning how you can improve your situation. And when you're alone, you can get things done. When you're alone, you could be a little more productive. Those are the things you could be thinking when you're alone and you feel alone instead of going down that rabbit hole of negative thoughts. Instead of going down that thought that I will never meet anybody and never make new friends, you can always be optimistic. It's hard to be optimistic, but you could start a little bit slower and say, I'm feeling alone right now. What is something that I can do? Maybe I can eat some ice cream, or maybe I could read a book, and then maybe I could watch a funny movie, or maybe I can call somebody. And then from there, you can figure it out. But I'm not saying go out there and meet a whole bunch of people and and be the star of the party. I'm not saying that, and I'm not saying to force yourself to do something. Do it when you are ready. Do it when you are willing and feeling that you want to get out of that mental state, mental place. You'll realize or see within a month, a year, I don't know, however long it takes you, that it all changed for you. You are in a better place. You are in a better state of mind. So let me know in the comments down below what entertains you when you feel alone or are in that state of mind. So I'm done talking your heads off, and I'll see you in the next video.